and welcome to HTML Elements. And we are with freeCodeCamp.org. Okay, so here's what we're doing. Welcome. We're going to go through the walkthrough. Do you see the code in your code editor that says, hello, this is an HTML element? Most HTML elements have an opening tag and a closing tag. This is what the opening tag looks like. This is what the closing tag looks like. Okay? Looking good, looking good. So now, to pass the test on this challenge, change your H1 element text to say, hello world. And then you hit Control Enter. All right. Control Enter to go to the next one. So in this one, over the next few lessons, we build an HTML5 cat photo web app piece by piece. Yes, piece by piece. The element tells the browser about the structure of your website. H1 elements are often used for main headlines, while H2 elements are generally used for subheadings. These are also H3, H4, H5, and H6 elements to indicate different levels of subheadings. Add an H2 tag that says cat photo app to create a second HTML element below your hello world H1 element. So what you're going to do, you're just going to go right to the end of your H1, closing H1 tag. Going to hit that enter button. So I just like to go ahead and put my closing tags and my opening tags. This is H2. Can't forget that. All right, there we go. So now you just go back and you can write whatever you want to. And they want us to write cat photo app. I'm not that great of a typer, but I'm working on it, okay? So let's hit Control Enter and see what happens. Yeah, you should create an H2 element. So I didn't create an H2 element. What did I do wrong? All right. All right, so right back at it. And now you're going to hit Control Enter. And boom. On to the next one. So now, inform the paragraph element that P element is referred to as the paragraph text on the websites. P is short for paragraph. You can create a paragraph element like this. So paragraph element, P is short for paragraph, not capital P, lowercase p. Remember, lowercase p. So we would like to create a paragraph under the H2 sub headline. Okay, so here we go. Just gonna start right here. We're just gonna write hello paragraph. Make sure you got to put your closing tag. I'm working on it, guys. Come on. I'm working on it now. Okay, so this is what it looks like. this is what it should. So if you miss something right here, it would definitely let you know. I put a capital P, as you can see, and it would not close. I got an X mark right here. So you have to go back and change it and put a small P. Now let's run the test. Look at that. All right. I am super excited. So we move on to the next one, okay? Fill in the blank with placeholder text. Web developers traditionally use lorem ipsum text as a placeholder text. The lorem ipsum text is randomly scraped from a famous passage by Cyril of ancient Rome. Now we're going to replace the text inside your P element with the first few words of this kittyism text, okay? So inside our paragraph, we're going to go right here. We're going to erase hello paragraph, and we're just going to type in some of this random, they say it's random. Gotta be a pretty good speller with this. You don't have a spell check in there. I'm still working on my typing. Okay, no one's perfect, guys. Okay, let's see if that's enough. Yes, it is enough, and I'm super excited. Coding is easy and fun. I mean, it seems like it could be kind of treacherous, but this is the beginning. This is getting you used to it. You should be able to just walk it down. Just follow the steps. We're going to keep following the steps, and we're going to keep doing it, okay? Okay, next challenge. Commenting is a way that you can leave comments for other developers within your code without affecting the resulting output that is displayed to the user. Commenting is also a convenient way to make code inactive without having to delete it entirely. Comments in HTML start with a exclamation mark and end with that. Okay? So uncomment your H1 and H2 and P elements. So to uncomment, you're just going to get rid of this and this. Run your test. Perfect. On to the next one. Okay, so let's see what we did wrong. So your H1 element should be commented out so that it is not visible on the page. Okay, so we want to you can reset the lesson. All right, so we want to comment out the H1 element, but not the H2. Now, you see how that was done? We moved it and put it here, and now you can no longer see the hello world. All right. So now your P element should be commented out so that it is not visible on your page. Let's try it again. All right, we got it. Next challenge. Delete HTML elements. Our phone doesn't have that much vertical space. Let's remove the unnecessary elements so we can start building our cat photo app. Delete your H1 element so it can simplify our view. All right, let's run the test. So completely delete it is what it wants. All right, that was easy. Just delete it. Completely delete it. That's all you have to do. Okay, so moving right along to the next one. Introduction to HTML5 elements. HTML introduces more descriptive HTML tags. These include main, header, footer, nav, video, article, and section, and others. These tags give a descriptive structure to your HTML, making your HTML easier to read and help with the search engine optimization, also known as SEO, and accessibility. The main HTML5 tag helps search engines and other developers find the main content of your page. Example, usage, a main element with two child elements nested inside it. Main, hello world, and you got the paragraph, and then you close it with main. So you got open in main and close in main. Okay. Note, many of the new HTML tags and their benefits are covered in the applied accessibility section. They are covered in the applied accessibility section. So what we're going to do, we're going to create a second P element with the following kitty ipsum text. Okay, so you're going to go here, line 4, create another P element. So I'm just going to copy and paste this right here. If you want to type it, you can type it. I'm not a fast typer. We're going to close it. That should do it. Then create a main element and nest only the two P elements inside the main element. So since we're already here, we're going to leave the main element here. Then we're going to go back up here and put the main element open. So I don't know. So I don't know if you leave a space between these or not. We're going to find out. Okay. Oh, no space. All right. So let's just see what happens if we put a space between it. And let's test it. It still works. That's good. It still works. That is awesome. All right. So we move on to the next one. Control Enter. Okay, you can change images to your website by using the img element, the image element, and point to a specific image's URL using the src attribute. For example, this would be image src equals freeCatPhotoApp.com. Okay, note that the img elements are self-closing, and the img elements must have an alt attribute. The text inside the alt attribute is used for screen readers to improve accessibility, and it is displayed if the image fails to load. If the image is purely decorative, using an empty alt attribute is the best practice. Ideally, the alt attribute should not contain special characters unless needed. Let's add an alt attribute to our image example above. Okay, so this seems fairly easy. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to try to add an image to our website with the existing main element insert an img element before the existing p element. So I don't know if it goes here, so I'm just going to insert an img element here. Now set the src attributes so that it points to a URL. So this is our URL right here that we wanted to point to. And we're going to put the src like that. And you need quotation marks. So once you put one quotation marks, it automatically does it. Then we input it like that. And look at that. It pops right up. I am super excited. So I don't even know if this is the right. So we have to close it. It needs a closing, obviously. So now let's see if that works. Now, finally, don't forget to give your image element an alt attribute with the applicable text. Okay, so we have to give it an alt attribute. A cat on the floor. Okay, so that's an alt attribute. Let's see. Something we didn't. Okay, your image element alt attribute should not be empty. Okay, so we got to figure this out. It's not empty. Is it empty? What's empty? Okay, so you gotta put alt right here after. So this is our alt attribute. I just forgot to name it. All right, now let's test it. Perfect. We're moving right along, and this is super exciting. Super exciting. All right, so the next thing we're going to talk about are anchor text. So link to external pages with anchor elements. You can use A, which stands for anchor, elements to link the content outside of your web page. A elements need a destination web address called ahref or href attribute. They also need anchor text, and here's an example. Anchor, the reference, and then you have the closing, and this links to freeCodeCamp.org with the closing anchor. Then your browser will display the text. This links to freeCodeCamp.org as a link you can click, and the link will take you to the web address. All right, so create a element that links to the freeCodeCamp photo app and has a cat photo as its anchor text. Now, if you don't understand everything completely here, here's a great element that they have right here. It's called Get Help. So we could watch a video, and I think we should watch a video and see what happens.
Anchor elements are used to link to other web pages. The tag for an anchor element is just the letter A. Now all anchor elements are going to have an href attribute that's going to show the destination website. So this is just what website is being linked to. So in this example, we'll do freecode camp.org. Anchor elements also need text, which is what the browser will display as a link. So I can put freeCodeCamp here, and then I need a closing A tag. So in this challenge, we just have to create an element that links to freecatapp.com and has cat photos as its anchor text. So I'm about to show you how to do that right now. Now this is pretty simple because we already have the href here, and I'm just going to be doing some copying and pasting. I'm just going to copy and paste the link and put it right in here, and then the text here is just going to be cat photos. And we're done.
Okay, pretty simple. So let's try it. Okay, so that's it. We're going to stop right there and stay tuned for the next video when we pick right up where we left off. And this is brought to you by freeCodeCamp.org. Remember, if you like, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and please share.